the album we just finished, Viva La Vida, we really wanted to have catchy songs that people might want to sing along to, but present them in a way that we've never really tried before. So to that end, we've had lots of sonic experiments. I don't know how many have gone right or wrong, it's not for us to judge, but that was the goal of what we've been working on.
There's an incredible music shop down the road from our studio, and where they sell loads of different instruments from around the world, and we just raided that every week for something new.
I'd say the principal themes on our album are all the kind of categories you find in a video store. So sex, death, horror, romance, comedy. That's about it. But we never shy away from the big topics. There's not that much talk of shopping or touring. Everything else we cover. Well, our album actually has two titles.
Viva La Vida or
Death and All Its Friends. And you can, as a listener, just choose the one that you like best. Because we're well aware of there's funny connotations of each of them, but that was just what it was always called. As pretentious as it is, we can't help it. That's what it had to be called.
We are pretentious.
We are, we certainly are.
Violet Hill was kind of our first single, sort of by accident really. We wanted to give it away for a week. Oh, well, we wanted to give it away altogether, but our record company would only let us do it for a week. For financial reasons, I'd imagine. And so it ended up being our first single, somehow. How was that?
I have no idea. So we see our first single, well, we sort of have two first singles now, right?
Yeah.
Viva La Vida and Violet Hill. But we always wanted to give the first song away as a sort of thank you before we come back with an album. Well, the early days of Coldplay was very much about 5 people, the 4 of us in the band and Phil, our secret boss. 5 people who we really thought we couldn't be in a band because all of our backgrounds were not really geared towards that. So it was very much against the odds that we ever made it possible. I don't really know how it was made possible. It's still a mystery to me, but so that when we think about that early period, it seems crazy that somehow we got it together through all those strange things, like expectations of people around us. And
we were lucky. We used to rehearse in my bedroom, and we had neighbours below, neighbours above, neighbours to the left, and thankfully they would let us. They didn't mind. We had a drum kit in there. We had everything. And
well, I think there's so many things that should have gone differently, but somehow they didn't. The Bull and Gate is a bar in
Kentish Town?
Yeah, Kentish Town,
North
near
London.
where we all live. And that was the place we first got seen by A&R people. Those elusive characters who you're always dreaming about when you're a kid.
And that's where we met our sound man for the second time, who's since worked with us ever since, really.
Yeah, that was a very important day for us. And it was literally, when you get an A&R buzz, it's like a herd of wildebeest coming to your concert. They all move in packs.
It's very scary.
And so you only really get one chance to impress them.
They never applaud or not do anything.
Yeah.
They all try and hang out as close to the back as possible.
It's true. We had sold out the back of the room. Since our first record came out, it has been kind of a whirlwind. But because we're in the centre of it, we're always worried about the next thing. So it's only doing things like this where we actually think about it. I don't know if we expected it to become big. I think we always assume that it is about to not be, so You know what I mean? We're always trying to keep it that way.
Yeah. We never expect, really, people to be still interested. It was a big shock when Yellow was just starting being played on the radio. We went to play a festival in Scotland called Tea in the Park. And we were used to playing to sort of 50 people. And then suddenly we walked out into this tent and it was full, all the way to the back. And we actually couldn't believe it.
This was a tent that held over 7 people.
A 7-man tent.
It was a 7-man army tent. It's funny, every odd-numbered album we have, we feel scared of making. And every even-numbered album, we feel excited. So our first record, we were terrified to make. And our third record, we were terrified to make. The second one, Rush of Blood, and this one, you just approach with a bit of fear, but mainly excitement, because you can feel that you've got something different to do and say.
The fifth is going to be a nightmare, isn't it?
The fifth is going to be a nightmare. But we'll come to that later. So, with our second record, we'd been writing as soon as our first record came out, and by the time we got into the studio, we just felt like we had so much to prove. We always feel like we have a lot to prove, but with that one particularly, we felt sort of pregnant with music.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. We wanted to have 10 tracks on our record, but
we wanted it to be about 42 or 45 minutes long. So
there's actually 13 songs, but we've just hidden a few of them just for value for money, basically. It's true. Well, I don't see why that's funny. It's actually true.
Buy one, get one free.
In 3 places, if you buy one song, you get another one for free. It's just the same as in Walmart when you buy Cracker Jack or something. And I'm not even joking. I
Walmart
swear
are doing a Cracker Jack promotion.
Well, I don't know if they actually are, but it's something that you see in stores all the time. So we thought, well, let's do that with music, and sometimes just give an extra thing for free. This time we felt like, well, we've got to be this big old band, doing our own thing, and now we need to try and improve and change, and the only way we could think of was to call people that we thought were super talented and kind of better than us in many departments. So we called Brian Eno, who's obviously quite a legend, and Marcus Drabs, who's an extremely scary German guy, who's also very talented. And the combination of them, whilst painful, was very productive.
It was like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Brian would come in and be
Cagney and Lacey.
Dempsey and Makepeace.
Turner and Hooch. But, we always had faith that combination of people would work. It's the same as a band, We tread on each other's toes a lot and we argue a lot. But we wouldn't be as good without each other. In fact, we would be terrible. Or even worse, depending on your politics. So, yeah, we were very privileged to have those 2 producers. And then towards the end, we had this young guy called Rick Simpson, who is our engineer, and he ended up doing a lot of production towards the end. So we had a lot of help.